The life of an entrepreneur can be difficult and lonely. Knowing what to do in your business is just one facet of that. Knowing how to manage your life, your family, keep yourself healthy and balanced through all of that while trying to keep a business afloat and, maybe even helping it to grow. That's a lot. And a lot of us go through that alone. And so having someone independent that was sort of to provide, in some cases, a challenge, in some cases, a mirror. I think I was definitely seeking someone that, could help me as a business owner. At the same time, I was kind of looking for a therapist, someone that could just help me right size my life, and was really fortunate that I kind of found both of those in one person. I mean, it can be overwhelming, to sort of face all of that, and some of the things that you face as an entrepreneur, as a business leader, they're not always things that you can talk to a lot of people about. They're not always things that other people will understand. I'm fortunate to be in an entrepreneur group where I've got some peers that understand that, but that is a group that is about each other, and it's not really about me. And, through the unique set of challenges I had and continue to have as an entrepreneur, it was really important that I found someone that could help me guide through that understood what entrepreneurs go through, that has worked with people that have been on similar journeys to me, but that was also willing to sort of understand and work with the unique elements of sort of my journey, my situation, my priorities and values to help me be more successful. At various stages of my life, I've benefited from coaching. Some of that has been professional coaching. Some of that has been various forms of therapy, and has always been useful. And, looking back, you kind of wonder, why were there gaps? Why were there gaps in time when I felt like I didn't need a coach or just didn't need a therapist? And, I feel very fortunate that, I have the resources and the ability to take advantage of some of those opportunities. But, I think if I think back, like what brought me back to saying I need a coach were some of those sort of seminal moments, either times those bottom 5% situations in our life and in my business that said, like, I could really use some help recalibrating who I am, what I represent, what's important to me, and find someone that sort of has experience and expertise in some of those unique elements of sort of the full entrepreneurial journey. Early on in working with Brittany, I realized she was someone that I could trust and lean in with. And so, for better or worse, I just let it fly. I just let her know a lot about what was going on in my business, my life, with my family, with me. And I feel like, in any good trusted relationship, especially with a coach, whether it's a business coach or personal coach, you want full effect, you want full impact on your life. You can't hold back. And, it can be a scary thing to do that with someone that you don't know. But on one hand, you figure, well, if it's early in the relationship, I'm just going to lean in and say everything, and they can either it helps or she's terrified and runs away and you just try it again. But it was important to me to be able to work with someone that really understood the full me, the full entrepreneur, the full business leader, but also the full Matt. And I knew very quickly that once I was able to share things that were vulnerable, sometimes a little things that you're embarrassed about, I knew very quickly, just based on the way she reacted, the way she responded, the way she sort of helped in some of those early sessions, that I'd found a great partner. It was very quickly, once I started working with Brittany, I had a level of confidence and calm about where I was going and what I was working on, not only in terms of some of the immediate decisions I was making in the business in my life, but also knowing that I had a cadence of opportunities to work with her to bring new challenges, to continue to work on some of the bigger issues in my life. We're all imperfect people. We're all on a journey. There's no destination. It's all just continued improvement. And I knew that I had sort of a trusted system. I knew that I had a backstop. I knew that I had someone that even between our sessions was there for me if I needed support and help. And, to have that in your life, to someone that is not your spouse, someone that is not a friend, someone that is not a colleague at work, but someone who sort of has that unique perspective and has that trust where you have theirs, they have yours. That's a pretty special place to be. And I think that I'd be hard pressed to think I'd be further along on some of the things I'm working on without Brittany's support. I think if most of us are honest with ourselves, we recognize that there's places we can get better. We recognize there are places where we're not comfortable with ourselves, not happy, where whether it's something you're ashamed of, whether it's a place where you're not achieving your full potential. I just don't believe many of us can get there as effectively and successfully without the help of someone else. The best athletes in the world, the best business leaders in the world, just the most successful people in the world, not only do they have coaches, but they got to that place because they have a support system, because they have coaches, because they have people in their corner that are helping them get better. There are a lot of different people you can go to for help. There are some great therapists out there. There are some great business coaches. There are people that can keep you accountable to your career growth, to your personal growth. It became very clear to me early on that I had found a partner that could take that whole person. And that's been really important to me. I'm busy. I got family. I've got a lot of other commitments. To know that I've got one person I can work with that will be able to cover the whole person, to be able to help and who has supported others who have a similar journey, but are facing some of those challenges that really blend together our business, our life, our family, things we're dealing with personally. Just, being able to bring that together into one person to triage in some cases those different issues. It's really hard. I mean, and if you're an entrepreneur, it's hard to leave certain things on the table and say, well, I'm going to deal with this part of me or this part of me. It is all part of you every day. So to find a partner that can support the whole me along the way has been completely invaluable.